Boom, guys. Listen, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've never been on this channel before, my name is Mamadou Diallo. And if you've never met before, I haven't been live for a minute now. I sure missed going live, and I'm sure you guys did. So not only I have one big announcement, okay, and on top of that, I have actually two questions that some new investors have been asking me, and I wanted to answer it really, really quick because it comes up often in my DMs, TikToks, whatever. Like it's the same questions, but it's funny because I went to a real estate event yesterday and I got asked the same question. So, guys, if you're on my YouTube channel right now, number one, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Secondly, please give me a thumb up if you can hear me. Give me a thumb up. Instagram, give me a thumb up if you can hear me as well. Here's two questions that I get, right? But number one, the announcement, guys, is if you're local in Atlanta, guys, I started a powerhouse every single Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can come to a physical office and guess what we do? We do the work where I'm training. It's funny, this week alone, we got 2 contracts out of, that powerhouse squad. I had dozens of people show up not last Saturday, but 2 Saturdays ago, because last Saturday I was in Miami. But Steve, which is part of this group, we just locked up 2 contracts here in Atlanta, one probate, and the other one is through an agent outreach. Okay, so we're gonna keep this going every single Saturday. What do we do on these Saturdays, guys? We do the work, we do the actual work. We call leads, we call properties, we answer your questions, but more importantly, we do the work. Why? Because you don't need more Zooms. You don't need more YouTube videos. You don't need more DMs asking hypothetical questions and never take the action. What you really need right now is to get up and get to the action. So, guys, please give me a thumb up. If you're watching me on YouTube, can you please let me know if you can hear me? Please, I want to make sure you guys can hear me because I'm trying this mic. I'm not really sure if it's working. I'm trying it on the computer. So please let me know if you can hear me. If you're on YouTube, just give me a thumb up and I can see it, or put a comment that yes. Okay, so that's the big announcement, but it only works if you are in Atlanta. You gotta be physically here. I want you to show up physically at the office. If you DM me and you're really interested in it, I'll give you the address, right? So we're going tomorrow at 10 a.m. from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we're gonna be calling leads. If you're new and you have no leads to be called, right? Normally the way this works is from Monday to Friday, you're actually going out there generating leads and creating chaos. And on Saturday, we come with all these problems and we're gonna go ahead and solve it, right? But also, if you're scared, let's say you're frozen, you know what I mean? You're frozen and you're like, you know what? I don't know how to take action. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. They can hear me. Good to see you, Yokira. Randy, good to see you. I haven't been on live YouTube for a while, man. I miss this stuff. Yo, do y'all like my background? You like my background? I did this with my own hands. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on adding more stuff. But anyway, so back to it. If you're local in Atlanta, if you're a newbie, I don't care if you're a newbie or you're a seasoned investor, maybe you've just been doing wholesaling, cash deals, you don't know nothing about creative finance, you love to learn it. And yes, it is free. I know you're going to ask me, it is free? At least for now, until I see if there is a bunch of action takers. And we also created a whole group, guys. We also created a whole group on Telegram where we like coordinate, and then I send in weekly motivations. I post the deals there, and you know what else? I created a whole Google Drive where I post my actual calls, so you can listen to me closing sellers live for some newbies. All right. So if you're local in Atlanta, listen to me. Tap in, show up on the Saturdays to do the work. And if you don't know nothing yet, you're brand new. I actually love that. If you're brand new but you want to jump into it, you don't know where to start, blah blah blah. Just come up with show up, come with your newbie questions. And there is no dumb questions. Just write them on a piece of paper so that when you come, we can be productive. We're gonna do whiteboard and all that fun stuff. All right. That was the big announcement, guys. All right. So this is where you come and do the work. Not where you come. There's enough YouTube videos out there. There's enough Zooms out there. There's enough like mental masturbation activities out there. If that's what you're looking for, that Saturday is not for that. It's a powerhouse where we sit down, we do the work, we generate leads, we close deals, we help people get unstuck and all that fun stuff. But you don't come to hang out, you come to do the boring work, okay? Which is where the money is. With that being said, what are the 2 questions? Thank you, man. Thank you, Marshawn. I appreciate you. So with that being said, guys, what are the 2 questions that I have that I get asked daily? Yesterday, here in Atlanta, we did, a real estate meetup. Samsung from Sub2 came and we did a meetup with was there, Abraham Gray was there, all the heavy hitters from Atlanta was there, right? One of the questions that one of the guys actually who's actually part of the powerhouse asked me is, Mamadou, with his, cute Jamaican accent, man, my guy, shout out if you're watching right now. He's like, Mamadou, what is, I was gonna try to do his accent, but I can't, guys. I cannot do the Jamaican accent. But he's like, what is the daily routine of an investor supposed to look like? Right? And I know what he's asking, because when I first started, I had the same question, is what am I supposed to do when I wake up and I want to get into real estate? It doesn't matter if you want to get into real estate wholesaling, or you want to get into real estate via raising money, or you want to get into real estate through fix and flips, but what is my day supposed to look like? Because I remember when I first started, I'll sit there, stare at the computer, right? I'll be looking at the computer. I don't know what the heck am I doing. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to call? Am I supposed to jump on Zoom and learn stuff? How many calls am I supposed to make a day? What kind of list am I supposed to go after? I can tell you this, and I'm gonna keep it really short. Your day is supposed to be filled with, I don't care what you want to do. I don't care if you want to be a transaction coordinator. I don't care if you want to be a private lender. I don't care if you want to be a fix and flipper. I don't care if you want to be a wholesaler. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you want to get into this real estate stuff, okay? 3 activities you have to do daily, okay? And they're super boring. This is why showing up in something like the powerhouse that we're going to have every single Saturday is so important, or at least have an accountability group with whom you can jump on Zooms daily, so that you're not just sitting there on your computer by yourself, calling and all that fun stuff, because it gets boring. Now, you have no excuse nowadays, guys. I'll show you guys something to where you'll be like, oh my gosh, I no longer have no excuses to not take action. This is crazy. I'll show you guys how easy it is nowadays to close a seller, even if you have 0 experience with AI. I'll show you guys. My team is using this, okay? So with that being said, your 3 daily activities, guys, is talking to people. It's talking to people. When I say talking to, I'm talking about being on the phone. Being on the phone. You want to be a private lender? Well, you're going to have to talk to the investors that are finding this deal so you can lend your money. You want to be a connector. What is a connector? A connector is somebody that go, you know what? I don't have the deals. I don't have the buyers. I don't have the money, but I have a great connect. I have a great network of people that have money. Maybe I can bring them and connect them to the people that are doing the deals, right? So I can connect their money with deals. Still with that, guess what you have to do? Get on the phone and talk to people, right? So it might start with a DM. That DM have to end up on a Zoom. That Zoom will end up on a call. Consistent keeping up, right? You have to be on the phone, right? I don't care if you're like, you know what? I hate talking to sellers. So I'm going to stick to going in and, finding what you call buyers, right? I'm going to find buyers for the people that are actually finding deals. So Marshawn, the virtual one, I haven't started it yet. I'm thinking about it, but here is what I found, because I've done a lot of virtual free Q&As and free, trainings and whatnot. I found people that do this virtually, they don't take freaking action. They don't take freaking action. There's something special about being in that room. There's something special about physically being present when the work is being done, because number one, you cannot be a coward. You cannot back away and be afraid of making a call because everybody else is doing it. That's number one. Number two, if you're stuck, we can help you right there on the spot. You're stuck with a seller, I can tell you, hey, pass me the phone, right? There's something that pushes people, to a certain level of action that doesn't happen virtually. So I don't know if I'm going to take this virtually for now, but we'll see. We'll see. If I have enough demand for virtually, I might do one day virtual, but the reality is people don't take freaking action, man. This is why I decided to do it physically, because physically you have to. It's not just doing that. We're going to do field days, for example. We're going to go and door knock pre-foreclosures, okay? We're going to do field day. Like, for example, one of these Saturdays, maybe not tomorrow, because we have 2 contracts, actually 3 contracts locked up. One of them will be Airbnb. The other one will probably be a regular long-term. The other one is a midterm rental. I'm going to take these people into a field day. So we're going to go in the field to get the hands dirty, walk the properties, talk about acquisitions, how are we funding it, how did we negotiate it, blah, 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 all that fun stuff, right? Not only that, some Saturdays we're going to go door knock pre-foreclosures. Yes, in Atlanta, under the sun, baby. You know what I'm saying? So this is Atlanta. If you just jumped in, this is Atlanta. I'm talking about Atlanta. If you're local in Atlanta, hit me up. I just moved here. So anyway, With that being said, guys, so number one, like I said, I don't care what you want to be. If you want to be a buyer, you're going to have to, if you want to be a lender, you're going to have to contact people that have leads, right? That have deals. If you want to be a middleman connecting the two, so you have a great network, but you don't have deals, you don't have buyers, whatever, then you still have to talk to the people that you want to connect the money to, right? It always leads back to the phone. People try to avoid that because that task is boring, but that's where the money is. But they try to avoid it by watching more YouTube videos, DMing more people with hypothetical questions, watching more Zooms, jumping on lives and buying every mentorship, every new program that these gurus are coming out with. They're just buying. Like I know somebody from my powerhouse, he already bought like 8 different programs, never took action on any of them. He has it all. Never took action on none of them. Not talking, it doesn't matter what you buy. It doesn't matter, okay? So let's say you want to be an acquisition person. You know, like you're like, you know what? I'm broke. I don't have the money. I don't have the connection. So I want to learn, have the skill to find the deals myself so I can assign them or do whatever I want with it. Still, you got to be on the phones. So if you ask me, what is my daily task supposed to look like? Your daily task is supposed to look like this. On the phone, go out, take a walk, come back, on the phone. I don't care. You have to talk to people. Even as a transaction coordinator, how do you get files sent to you as a transaction coordinator? Is by connecting with people. How do you connect with people? You have to connect with people on a personal level. You cannot just DM them on Instagram and blah, blah, blah and say, hey, I have these services. They don't know who you are. They don't know who you are. Most people that I have been able to do deals with, whether they funded my deals, whether they sent me a lead that I locked up and we JV'd on, whether they're sending deals to my sales team right now, at some point, some way, shape, or form, I added value to them by hopping on the Zoom, answering their questions, getting on the phone with them, making the relationship personal, meeting them in person, whatever it is. But you have to be on the phone, man. You have to be on the phone. I don't care what you want to do. So that's number one. Number two is, the second question that I have is, Mamadou, what is the best motivated sellers list? I'm telling you guys right now. Oftentimes when people ask this question, here's what they really mean, okay? It's almost like when you meet a coach, a gym coach, you go, what is the one exercise that I can do so that my abs will be like, I'll have like 8 packs? What is that one exercise I can do to get those like freaking, biceps, right? What you really means consciously or subconsciously, without maybe knowing it, is you're really asking, what is that magic pill? Like, what exercise can I do just one day so I don't have to go to the gym 4 times a week? So I don't have to eat right. So I don't have to, keep going to the gym every single week. Maybe I can just go a weekend and it's done. Maybe I can take a pill and the abs just pop up or my arms just pop up, right? So let me tell you something, right? There is no such thing as a cheat code. What's up, Shani? She was there yesterday. Pat Split Queen right here, guys. Make sure you connect with her. She is just amazing. Anyway, listen to me. There is no magic pill. It doesn't freaking exist. There is no magic list. You still have to do the work. You still have to get on the phone and call these people or text them or email blast them. It doesn't matter what you do, but at the end of the day, all these activities, all these tasks lead right back to getting on the phone. Now, it doesn't mean necessarily you have to be the one who's getting on the phone. You can generate the leads and reach out to somebody that maybe knows, that have better skills on the phone than you and help you close it. But you gotta do something. You have to do something. There is no list that will help you make $10,000 a month or 6 figures in less than 90 days that you don't have to do nothing. The only list, the real question is, what is that list that will shorten my chances, right? Like, maybe I don't have to grind a year to get a deal. What is that list, right? That list that is, there is no lists where you don't have to do the work. That's the problem. People don't want to do the work. They want to do the mental masturbation activities. They want to do the creative avoidance activities. I know I have to make the calls, but I'm taking the trash out. I'm changing t-shirts so I can wear the t-shirts where I'm most comfortable. Oh, my mom is calling. Even though I spoke to her 10 minutes ago, let me just pick up and then I'll start later. Oh, that Netflix show that I did, whatever. Or asking people hypothetical questions in their DMs, right? So the only lists that you can get in real estate or any other business actually is just a list. Like, let's say, for example, let's take pre-foreclosures, for example, okay? Pre-foreclosures is a list my bread and butter, I love pre-foreclosures, but it's a list that can like literally save you from grinding a whole year to get a deal. You can get your deal the fastest way possible in 90 days or less with that list. Why? Because these sellers already raised their hands before you ever call them. They don't even have to raise their hands. The county did it for them. The lenders did it for them. They didn't pay their bills, and somebody filed, a public notice saying, "Hey, you didn't pay your bill," and everybody else and their mom can see it. By the way, I grew up in Europe, right? I grew up in Europe, guys. I've spent most of my life in Europe, Belgium specifically, but I've traveled all over Europe. The one thing that you guys take for granted here in the United States, this wholesaling concept that you can go out here, find a freaking ugly house by just being in your damn car and just paying gas for. If you don't have a car, freaking walk. Nobody care about your excuses. Take action. I do not care, right? But you can find an ugly house, put it on a contract, have equitable interest on it, and you just sell that contract without even flushing the toilet and make $10,000. You guys have no idea. Have no idea. You cannot try this in Europe. You're going to jail. Number one, you cannot even get the data because everything is private. Every single thing is private. Okay. So it's like people, man, people over here, like some people, especially people my age, like I mean, like even the 20s or whatever, like the excuses of people, I just want to punch people in the face. People don't want to take the action. They want the cheat code. So I don't do the work, blah, blah. It doesn't exist. So like for pre-foreclosures, for example, guys, they're already motivated because obviously they haven't paid their bills. They're going to lose their home. So either they do something or the lender is going to do something. But what does that list do for you? That list really just help you get faster to a motivated seller. That's all it does. But you still have to do the work. You still have to call that seller and say, "Hey, Mrs. Seller, Mr. Seller, are you interested in selling your home? Because I'm looking to buy." Right? You still got to do that, man. You still got to jump on the phone and ask them that. And guess what? They will tell you 99 times, "Fuck no, I don't want it. I got it handled. My mom will pay my bill. The government will come in. Jesus will fall from the sky and pay it off. Oh, the bank will forgive me because of my name or where I'm from." Whatever it is, whatever the kind of crappy freaking fucking excuses they'll give you, they still give you excuses. So that means you still have to do the work to follow up. They say freaking no, you call them next Saturday. They say no again, you call back with a different number. Guys, I have a deal. I have a pre-foreclosure deal that I locked up one time where I made, I think it was $17,500 assigning it, right? I closed that seller with 3 different fucking names. Okay, and if you don't like my cousin, you can disconnect. Okay, 3 different names, right, guys? I called her with my number. I called her with my niece's number, and I called her with my brother's number because she kept blocking me, avoiding the questions, blah blah blah. I started with a text, then she blocked me, so I started with Mamadou. Then I started calling with my niece's phone. My name there was Tony. No, my name there was Kevin, and then the third number, which is my brother, was Tony. Tony is the one that ended up closing the deal, but because she was giving like different information to each person, because she thinks she's talking to a different person. Well, now I knew how to negotiate with myself. I was basically talking to the seller. I still talk to the seller today, by the way. I solved her problem. She was dealing with I'm not even gonna get into that story. It's a crazy story. So she's so grateful that I actually persisted. It took me freaking 6 months to get that contract, right? Now there is sellers I've talked to where it took me like freaking 2 days to get the contract and made like $84,000. Doesn't matter, right? But the reality is, guys, you have to do the work. You're gonna have to follow up. So even the pre-foreclosures, even though they're already motivated, they're about to lose their home. Guess what? They're not just gonna take their keys and say, "Oh yeah, I'm about to lose my home. Please help me. Here's the keys. You can have my house. Just give me $1 and then I'll move. Please, please, please." It's not gonna happen. It is not gonna happen. They will tell you no, F you, and you're gonna have to call back. You're gonna have to call back. You're gonna have to follow up. You're gonna have to follow up. You're gonna have to follow up until they're ready to get your help. And it's a numbers game too. You cannot just talk to 4 sellers a week and expect to get a contract. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So for example, if you have a 9 to 5, is it really smart for you to sit there and say, "Oh, I'm just gonna cold call"? You don't have the time to generate the leads that it takes to get a contract if you already have a 9 to 5. So you have to outsource the cold calling so that when you're busy with your 9 to 5, somebody else is generating the leads so that when you finish your job, you can just focus on following up on the warm leads. But regardless, guys, you have to do the work. There is no cheat code. There is no cheat code that is gonna give you freaking biceps. You gotta do the fucking push-ups and you gotta show up at the gym and work out. You did? Okay. So with that being said, guys, I'll show you guys how easy it is nowadays, right? So everybody know now about ChatGPT. Don't give me no excuses about I don't have sales background. You know, I don't. Nobody cares, guys. Nobody cares, literally. Okay. But I just did an experiment, right? Like for example, we do a lot of creative finance, as you guys know, and we buy a lot of properties using subject to or self finance. But the number one question I always get is, hey Mamadou, when I talk to sellers about subject to, they're always like, hey, they do on sale. So it's like the number one objection, right? So here's the deal, guys. I literally just asked ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT, give me a sales pitch to overcome an objection from a seller that is saying no to subject to because of the do on sale. And look at what ChatGPT said. Guys, it took ChatGPT 1 second, 1 second to generate the script for me. So let's say hypothetically I'm a newbie, I'm talking to a seller, I'm in front of my computer and I have ChatGPT open. Boom, they give me an objection, I just type it in, boom, it's gonna give me the, like, take your excuses and shove it somewhere. Like, stop it. Okay, no more excuses. Here's what ChatGPT says. This is so good. So ChatGPT said, let's say hypothetically the seller says, I'm afraid of the do on sale. ChatGPT says, salesperson, so parentheses, oh yeah, I understand that you have concerns about the do on sale clause and its impact on the subject to arrangement. I'd be happy to address those concerns for you. May I share some information that might help clarify the situation? This is better than most of you guys' freaking sales pitch when you're on these phones. Right? Even better than some of my sales team. I'm telling you, the pitch is great. So ChatGPT go ahead and said, seller, okay, go ahead. Salesperson now. Thank you. So first, let me assure you that I understand your apprehension. The do on sale clause is a standard provision in most mortgage contracts and is designed to protect the lender's interests. However, it is essential to recognize that while the do on sale clause gives the lender the option to accelerate the loan if the property is transferred, it doesn't necessarily mean they will exercise that option immediately. Holy moly. Somebody give me some freaking boom and a fire emoji in the chat. This is AI, guys. This is an AI that generated this. This is not me. This is an AI. This is ChatGPT, guys. This is ChatGPT, guys. You are screwed. You are fucking screwed. You know what I'm saying? So if you're just sitting there just counting on your freaking maybe 9 to 5 or your sales skills, soon we can replace cold callers. We can replace lead managers. We can, which is some people are already doing. Some of my friends already have this, and we're already implementing AIs in our systems. My virtual team, my virtual assistants, guys, by the way, if you're looking for virtual assistants, we hire from CallStar. They're amazing, highly trained, creative finance, cash, all of that. But guess what else? Now they're learning to use ChatGPT. When they're on the phone cold calling, even though they're new and they're running into objections, guess what happens? They pull up ChatGPT and ChatGPT hit them with that, freaking ninja closing skills. You know what I'm saying? So let me continue. This is so good. Guys, it took it 1 sec. Thank you guys for that boom boom. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Okay. So what does it say? The next line, ChatGPT says seller, and he says, I'm still worried about the lender calling the loan due though. Right? I'm still worried. Now ChatGPT says, listen, I completely understand your concern. It's crucial to note that in practice, lenders are often more focused on the borrower's ability to make the timely payments rather than scrutinizing the transfer of ownership. Guys, this is exactly what we say on calls when we're negotiating subject to deals. And guess what? Guess what? We just use different lines, but this is exactly how we overcome that objection. Now, did I have to pay a mentorship to get this answer, guys? Did I have to pay a mentorship to get this answer? No. All I had to do is to create a free account on ChatGPT. Boom, right there. So what is stopping me from taking action? People have fucking excuses. All excuses. I don't have the time. I don't have the money. Oh, my hands is like this. Oh, my girlfriend just left me. Shut the heck up. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Everybody have problems. I have problems right now as I'm sitting here. That's what kept me alive. Problems. That means I'm alive, baby. Right? That's what that means. So anyway, I'm gonna stop right here. Like ChatGPT, guys, man, you're getting destroyed by freaking AIs now. You can create content using AI. The AI can create your script, create your video, and post it for you. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? So what really nobody cares. Yeah, exactly. That's just what I said. Nobody cares about your fucking excuses. I don't care. Your girlfriend left you, your boyfriend left. ChatGPT just gave me a whole script on how to overcome the objection of the do on sale on the call with a seller, and I didn't have to pay a 10 grand mentorship for that. So the only thing nowadays, number one, the only way for you to win is to have the right connections, right? That will never go. Like human beings naturally will love being part of a community, right? But the reality is, guys, the two questions I wanted to address today, typically when you're asking these kind of questions, you're really asking, hey, Mamadou, is there a list that will allow me to get properties, get Airbnbs, get $10,000, whatever, right? Like right now, before I even jumped on here, guys, I got a check of $11,000 from just one of our properties. $11,000. You don't have to do shit, right? But what you're really asking is, can I get that without making the calls, without doing the work? Can I get my 6 apps without showing up at the gym? Fuck no, you can't. You gotta show up at the gym, you gotta work out, and you gotta eat right, and you gotta show up tomorrow again and do the same shit. Because soon as you stop and you stop eating all this crap in McDonald's and all that shit, little wonder like your girlfriend don't want you. It's like there's okay, so typically when you ask that question, before you ask the question, ask yourself, am I asking the question because I'm truly lost? Or am I asking the question because I'm looking for that cheat code that will allow me to not do the work because it doesn't exist? So again, if you're down in Atlanta, guys, holla at me, pull up every single Saturday. We're doing the powerhouse. I don't care if you're newbie. I don't care if you're old B. I do not care. Show up. We do the work every single Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. We'll do the work. We'll do the calls. We already, like I said, I just started. We already got 2 contracts out of it. 2 freaking contracts, all creative finance, by the way. All creative finance. One of them actually is funny. This is a probate lead. And I'm gonna end with this, guys. And I appreciate you guys hanging with me. Please, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't be stingy with the algorithm if you're getting value out of this. All right, guys. The powerhouse is in Atlanta, downtown. Just DM me if you want to show up. I'll give you the freaking address. All right. What was I gonna say? So that lead, guys, how did the lead is in probate? So meaning probate is when somebody passed away, they leave a property. So his mom passed away, he's the only son, blah, 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 whatever. They have a loan on it. I think it's the FHA. The interest rate is like 3% less. We're gonna take that over subject to give the seller $10,000, which we're not even gonna use our own money. But guess what is the most important thing is his monthly payment on this mortgage is $1,500, and guess how much the rent is? Can somebody guess how much the rent is? Somebody take a guess. One of you will cheat because I probably already posted that in my stories. You know, I'm always posting some shit. The only time I don't post, guys, is when I'm making babies. But other than that, I'm always recording shit. Anybody? How many? What rent? How much do you think that property could rent for? $2,500. You see it? I know, girl. Girl, guy, you cheating right now. I already posted that somewhere. Anyway, yeah, $2,500, and that's conservative, guys. Okay, but guess what? Do you know how many times Steve had to follow up with that guy before we get the contract? No, he didn't just sit there and watch Netflix and it happened, guys. So there is no cheat code to success. There is no cheat code to 6 figures. By the way, if you think 6 figures is money, it's because you broke. Okay, get that out of your mind. 6 figures is no money. But anyway, it's a good start. Though. It's a good start. But you gotta do the work. You cannot get deals without talking to people. Now, doesn't mean you have to talk to sellers. You're gonna have to talk to somebody. You're gonna have to talk to somebody. You're gonna have to talk to some sellers. You're gonna have to talk to maybe some buyers. You're gonna have to talk to maybe some lenders, or you're gonna have to talk to some friends so you can connect them because they have money. You can connect them with deals and blah blah blah, whatever. But you have to talk to somebody. You gotta do the work. So the boring task, guys, is what will get you where you want to be. Is what will get you the money. The reality is the reason you get burnt out is because you don't have accountability. It's because you're trying to do this by yourself. You're just sitting there on your own computer doing everything by yourself. It gets boring. You don't want to do that. Even when I was a solopreneur, guys, when I didn't have a team, I never did this shit myself. I found a group of people and we created a Zoom a daily Zoom office, virtual office, and we all jump on that Zoom every single day from Monday to Friday, and we all packing calls, having fun on the Zoom. If I'm calling, somebody else is not calling, guess what they're doing? They're listening to my call, they're giving me feedback, I'm doing the same thing, and it's fun, and we're talking trash to each other. Man, you should have said that better, blah, 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 dude, like close that, whatever. That keeps you motivated, man. Just by yourself, you get burnt out and you want to give up because it is boring. Entrepreneurship is boring. If you're all about life balance, oh, I want to wake up at 6 and then work to 5. And if you're all about life balance, number one, keep your 9 to 5. This shit is not for you. Period. It is not for you. If you're all about, there's no such thing as balance. There is integration. Cannot have balance in this shit. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if you broke, you shouldn't be seeking balance anyway, dude. What balance? Where are you gonna go? You broke. You broke, dude. You have no money to go anywhere. Get to work. All right. So guys, if you're down in Atlanta and you want to do the work and want to do deals with some amazing people, make sure you show up at the Powerhouse. I appreciate you guys. It's been a while. I haven't done a YouTube freaking live, so you know I'm back with it. Every single Tuesday, guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a show, a podcast where all I'm gonna be talking about is deal structure, Mamadou way. So not only I'm gonna be talking about my deals, but I'm gonna be bringing guests that have deals also, and we're going to talk about how to get creative on the deal, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't even matter. It's not just real estate. It's going to be real estate, but even people that are buying businesses. That's number one. And on Thursday, what we're going to do is, bro, come on, Martian, come on, man. I just moved to Atlanta, bro. It's been just a month, you know. I don't know where I'm going next, but I'm not married to anywhere, you know. But with that being said, guys, on Thursday also, my Bold Effect podcast is going to be coming back. You know, I have guests there, attorneys, investors, whatever. We talk about real estate in general, money, all that fun stuff. That's coming back, and a lot of other things, but stay tuned. Until next time, guys, make sure you stay bold. Make sure you take action. Make sure you get rid of the excuses. Make sure you freaking, you know, if you're really sick and tired of where your life is right now, like, stop the excuses, man. Like, start taking action. There is no secret button. It doesn't exist. There's no right timing. It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You just do it. You just do it because you take imperfect action, and then as you go, like, man, like just last week we had a title company. Even after all this experience, we had a title company wire $60,000 of my money, wire it to the wrong person. That shit still happened. You think that stopped me from being happy that day? Man, I still had fun that day. I still made my fucking calls. I still made my push-ups. I still went to the gym. I still, you know, networked. It's like, it's part of the game. Like, they have to bring the money back or whatever, or, you know what I mean? I'm going through a refi right now that already took us over 6 months, a refinance. Over 6 months, guys. But it happens. It's part of the game. That's what makes it fun. So don't let nobody fool you to thinking there's such thing as that magic button, that magic pill that you just take it and you're gonna get deals. All right, guys. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Get to work. I repeat. I'm gonna repeat that like very close to the camera. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Get to work. All right. Until next time, guys. Make sure you stay bold. Be bold. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Leave me a comment in my YouTube channel, guys. If you're on Instagram and you're not subscribed to my YouTube, come on, go in the link in my bio. And you already know I'm always providing value, which I love, okay? Which I love. But please, do me a favor. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you don't even gotta watch it. Just click that button and click that little subscribe button. You don't even gotta watch it, okay? Until next time, guys, I'll see you guys. If you're down in Atlanta and you want to show up to the Powerhouse, like I said again, DM me. I'll give you the address. All right, guys? Stay bold and be bold. Until next time, boom, boom, boom. You already know how we get down.